In this segment, I'm going to show you how to use the print and print preview and how to choose your printing options. So, taking a look at the design on my desktop, what you can see here is up on the top window we have the option to print or the option for print preview. Now, print will just simply print the design run sheet with the last used settings that you have for printing. Print preview enables you to basically view what the print run sheet's going to look like. So this is the print preview window. And so there's lots of things that you can see here. I guess first of all, the name of the design is basket. This is the size information, so the number of stitches, the size, the number of colors, the fabric information, hoop information, and the actual sewing order of the colors that are used in this design, complete with the brand of thread, the color code, and the description of the thread, and even how much thread it uses. And notice as I mouse around that my mouse looks like a little magnifying glass. That means I could zoom in by just clicking. I can zoom in on the thread or on my worksheet to get a little bit closer to it. Now, up at the top of this print preview, we have the options window. And so I'm going to turn that on. And these are the options that you can control about how your designs print out. And first of all, I'm in what's known as design mode. If you switch it to template mode and then just say OK, you'll see right away that what it does is it basically gives you the outlines of everything. And this is for use with printing templates, specifically for stuff like applique, I think. Now, if I go back to the options and I go back to design mode, then you can see the different types of settings I've got. So right now, it's checked off to show embroidery elements. And for example, if I choose to have it show the stitches and say OK, it'll just show me the stitches. Now, if I come in and build upon that, so show me the stitches, let's get the design information included, all sorts of choices. You can have things shown as regular stitches or visualizer, include the embroidery hoop, include the image if there was artwork involved, connectors, that means show me when it's going to have a tie-off and a trim, show me the starting and ending points of the design, show me the custom color or background fabric that I chose, the color layers, the applique patterns, the hooping list. So those are all things that you can choose to include. So for example, I've chose stitches, I'm going to choose hoop and embroidery information and then say OK. And so now you can see that here's my embroidery hoop, there's the stitches, here is the embroidery information. And if I go back to options, perhaps I'd like to change it to be in visualizer mode. So I'll choose visualizer and say OK. And so you can see that when I choose visualizer, it gives it that more three-dimensional appearance to the graphic of the image of the embroidery design. So these are the types of things that you could choose. A little bit further down, you have the ability, right now it's set to show in my printout at actual size. I could have it increased or decreased to fit the page, whichever it may be, or I could print it at a specific size. So if I wanted my printout to be 80% of the original size, I could set that exact amount. I also have the ability to have the print include a cloth setter marking, mark out the work area, and show my grid. Now, the work area has to do with creating larger designs, and that would also kind of tie in with the whole hooping list idea of creating a design that has several hoopings, several times that you'll have to unhoop and rehoop, and creating a print run sheet that will help as your guide to how to hoop all those things together. And that's where using this cloth setter marking becomes really important. I'll just say OK to that and show you the cloth setter marking becomes a large arrow right over top of the design. And like I was saying, when we get into showing later on in this video, I'll be doing combine mode and also layout modes. And when we use those types of special functions, then your run sheets can become almost like a little bit of a guide for how you can put your embroidery together. And a cloth setter, having a cloth setter marking, actually speaks towards using the Janome cloth setter with your machine to help get your hooping, your embroidery hooped in exactly the right place. So that's the cloth setter marking that I had added to my sheet with an option in the checkbox. So you get to decide how you want your embroidery design to appear in your print. So if you want to go with Visualizer, don't include the embroidery information and have it fit to page, then you'll see your design large and on a page. So there's all different ways that you can control the print options, and basically now what I can just simply do is say close or print. If I hit print now, it'll print this run sheet exactly as I've designed it. If I hit close, then it'll close that and we're back to the design window, ready to create more embroidery designs. So that's a little bit about how to use print and print preview and how you can control all of the options for your printing your templates.